In the animation meme community, there is a name that generates love and hate in the same amount: Birdie. However, what this animator did for being controversial around this community? In this video, I will show you who this person is and their importance inside of the AMC. The Mached Cora, Lucifer, Jack, or better known as Beardy, is a 20 years old animator and artist who is known by his unique and recognizable style in animation and art, but also for having lots of controversies, or better known as Beardy dramas with other figures as animators, fans, haters, trolls, etc. The purpose of this video is showing you the impact and the importance this animator has inside of the community as a whole. Birdie, before being the Mage Cora or even Birdie, uploaded videos as Foxy Lover 87. His content was mostly FNAF and My Little Pony based, but then a Chica Recolor would be the origin of his most iconic character Polly. Though I cannot find enough information about his early history on YouTube, I can tell you the Sans fangirl epoch made him popular enough for gaining a very big and solid community around these years. One of the most popular animations created by Birdie is Chuchu Lovely, with 1.3 million of views on his channel. He has a couple of animations that have become really popular around the animation meme community, such as Strawberry Lover, You Take the Moon collab, etc. As I said, Beardy gained a pretty big and solid fanbase pretty quickly in the Sans fangirl era. This period of time marks the existence of the Beardy persona, fondly remembered by the most of people by his animation memes and shitposts he used to upload. But also, Birdie was going through a very huge drama in the back: his alleged obsession with two important animators in this part, Kitty Dog and Twist Doctor, also known as Sleepy King years ago. Birdie's fondness with Kitty Dog was pretty normal until one day where Birdie uploaded a video called Pretty Little Psycho. The video showed how Polly killed in a very explicit way other Kitty Dog fangirls. This was the final straw for Fontic, and here is when things started to go wrong. Really wrong, if you know what I mean. Not going to head into details right now, but let's say Birdie had a little freaky in a really bad way, wanted to abandon Kitty Dog, and much more. Birdie claimed in his coming back video that Kitty Dog groomed him, and there was a power dynamic in their friendship. But let's talk about that later. Birdie's interest to Twisted Doctor's OCs was a secret crush who had exposed by Fontic in a anti-Birdie Discord server as no safe for work drawings of Mystery and Polly. The main issue about this is the fact Polly is 9 years old and Mystery is around his 40s.
What?
Something who made the community tweak and attack Birdie around this era. This made Fontic and Birdie break up for the very first time. Later, Birdie claimed not being a Sleepy King fangirl anymore and threatened to commit suicide if Fontic doesn't love him. And Birdie returned their relationship back in October 2017. However, it wasn't that long since they broke up in December due to the fact Fontic confessed to be straight. This made the community head towards Fontic and attack them due to the fact they lied about their sexuality online and lied to Birdie about it as well. This led to the channel Strawberries to be created by Beardy, a channel dedicated to vent about Fontic. Later, Beardy posted a very explicit and elaborate text where he wants to find Fontic's address, kill them, and then commit suicide. It should be noted that both parties aren't innocent, even though they were children at the time. They commit very questionable actions, but they were children after all, right? Well, in my personal opinion, there is no excuse even though they were children. Most of their bad actions are really disgusting. I genuinely can't believe children around that age caused a lot of controversy just because they couldn't control themselves online. But let's be honest, they just were traumatized children interacting with each other. I'm not gonna lie. They had a very bad life in general, out and inside of social media. But as I said, that is not an excuse for do this type of stuff to each other. This is because education about how to act online should to be something people should to talk about more for avoid this type of situations. Let's skip some years and head into the most important part. The part everyone is here for listened about. April 14, 2024. Birdie come back as Dimage Coda 6669 with a video called simply as I back after 3 years inactive from social media. This video is 1 hour long, but I left it on the description for anyone who feels like to see it. This video is basically him talking about all of the things I said in this video under his perspective. Do you remember when I said Beardy claimed to be groomed by Kitty Dog back in 2018? Well, let's talk about it already. Beardy says Kitty Dog groomed him, but also Kitty Dog was being groomed at the same time, but that doesn't excuse them at all. But let's see. I just see a 14-year-old joke about blowjobs and sex in general with a 12-year-old. The age gap is not that big. Also, the screenshots he shows in his videos aren't enough proof or solid proof of the fact there is grooming or a power dynamic involved. And yes, minors sending to each other is totally unsuitable and that shouldn't happen. However, it doesn't count as grooming at all. Not for defending Kitty Dog. In my personal opinion, I think they did really bad actions even though they were a kid back in the time. Nevertheless, I don't think Kitty Dog had bad intentions or wanted to groom Beardy in the first place. And no, guys, this is not accidental grooming. There is no thing such as accidental grooming. Grooming is a manipulation tactic for drive someone, especially a kid, to engage sexual actions. I just see two children interact in a weird way. I don't see grooming in this situation. Jack definitely needs to know what grooming is. His feelings are valid. The things that aren't valid is the fact he accusing someone of grooming when this is not the case. A couple of weeks ago, Beardy exposed his roommate Cinebear03, a very recognized and popular animator who has recently been exposed for a lot of bad things they have done, including grooming her fans. Soon as this happened, Beardy got exposed by the community when people found out he has a parasocial relationship with a 15 years old on Tumblr. where this minor drew suggestive art of his own and Beardy's hypersexual personas and indirectly encouraged the minor to do it. Clearly, the minor had an obsession with him, and Beardy did nothing but encourage this kid more and more. Again, something that made the community tweak really bad towards Beardy just after he exposed Cindy about being by her at some point. Little Guy 09 tried to defend himself and Beardy on Tumblr without success. This made Little Guy leave social media for a while, claiming his mental state was in a sensitive situation. This caused Beardy to have a breakdown and disappear from social media as a whole for a long while. As of the date of this video, Beardy hasn't said anything on his social media, Tumblr, YouTube, Twitter, etc. People are waiting for an answer from him already. Beardy definitely is a very popular and controversial figure in this community. He have a very solid community, but also a very big anti-fandom where people don't give a single fuck about him, and uses to mock him, to bully him, to expose him every time they can. And believe me, this anti-fandom is pretty old and vast, as his community in general. The impact of these dramas in the community was really extensive, to the point of splitting the community in three parts. Some people say Beardy will never change and always wanna be a bad person. By the other hand, other people say all of these recent events was a misunderstanding, a mistake, that Jack is not a bad person and he can change. And the other part says he's not a saint, but also a demon. He's just Jack, or Birdie, or whatever, honestly. Has a long history, full of controversies and success. Birdie definitely is a complex figure and a person, and also a magnet for controversy. Is Birdie a poor soul lost in his own madness? Or is he just a misunderstood artist and animator who only wanted to entertain himself and his community? What do you think about Birdie and his impact on the animation community? You can leave your opinion right here in the comment section if you like this analysis. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with others. You can also follow my other social media such as Tumblr, Twitter, and my Discord server for see extra content of mine. See ya in the next time!